Hello, constituents of the Mega Republic. I'm Lorrelion, and today we are between sessions, between session 1 and 2, actually, of our first multiplayer Stellaris game. So right now I'm going to take some time. If you're new to how I do things, I generally, between multiplayer sessions, take an episode to sort of explain what's going on, and to sort of explain what my strategies are, and what my thoughts are, and how I'm going to proceed. So let's start off with the thing that's sort of bugging me the most, this war. When I clicked up here, when it asked me to choose a war goal, and I put in a war goal, I clicked the little X button instead of clicking the confirm button, like a noob, I admit. That means that the ticking war score is moving towards the length of the war, and I can't put in a war goal. So I have to white peace as soon as possible. You have no idea how angry I am with myself for that. And it's just something that I've noticed in general in this game. This is more of a problem with me than with the game. But oftentimes, like, let's say I click this construction ship, and I want to, let's say I want to build one mine here, harvesting energy, and I don't want to build all the mining stations, so I got to click on the station. Or I've got to click on the system to zoom into the system. But because I've done that, I've deselected the construction ship, and now I gotta select the construction ship again. It's just sort of a problem. That I like the idea of a reduced amount of clicking, and that's the only issue I've had with this. The same thing with ship design. And while this doesn't seem like a big deal in a multiplayer game when everything's going relatively fast, and when you can't pause, it's frustrating to create a new ship like this, and then thinking, oh, I'm done, and then clicking that, and then that new ship not being like set in stone. Now that's again just a minor problem. Anyway, back to my situation. So as soon as this war ends, I'm in a really good position. He can't expand, and he's not going to declare war on me immediately. I'm going to have a chance to colonize these Gaia worlds, to colonize all these desert planets around. Not those. Right here, right here, right here. Well, that's a Gaia world, but that'll also be colonized. Right here, right here, right here, right here. I'm going to have a chance to clear out this system. I'm going to have a chance to rebuild my fleet, build a bunch of star bases. I'll be able to do that really quickly because just look at how rich this area is with minerals and with energy credits. And technology is the one thing that I'm going to be lacking behind, which is kind of ironic considering we worship the lore. Which is, for those of you who didn't watch the original prequel video, the lore to the order of lore is the concept that there is one universal truth out there, and that the goal is to find it. And because there's one universal truth, that's what drives people to discover the beauty of what our God created. So it's sort of ironic that I'm going to be falling behind in science. But, you know, that's alright. Maybe it's poetic justice. I might be misinterpreting irony. That's not the point. The point is, there's dark space here. This guy, sharpshooter, can't get here because of the hyperlanes. There's an AI here, and I think there's an AI here. Yeah. I actually think this might be Vaughn, but I don't think Vaughn's going to expand this way just because of the dark space. And even if he does, he's not going to get very far. I might be competing with this Commonwealth here, and I might be competing with him a little bit. But the Galactic Trade Federation and this Commonwealth are quite obviously enemies. He can't get over here, so anything that this guy gets over here, when both of us go to war, I'll be able to take. And that'll be more population that I can easily turn into workers. Workers who have chosen to deny the lore. And this whole area here, there's so much dark space, and the Fallen Empire doesn't expand. So this whole patch is mine. Like, it's highly unlikely anytime soon anyone's going to come over here. So the first thing I need to do after ending this war, and I have a ton of influence, is build a forward base here and build one like here. So that way I cut this guy off and I cut him off. And then I just colonize like a madman. And I rebuild all these mining stations. I should be able to do that in a hurry. And build starports on each of my new colonies to raise my naval capacity so I have a high enough naval capacity that this whole bullshit of him attacking me and destroying everything that I have before I can react doesn't happen again. And that's the most important thing at the end of the day, that I don't get knocked down again like this. Because as long as I can rebuild this time, it shouldn't be a worry, because this area is just so rich and I am the only one who has access to it. Like, just look at how much of the galaxy right here that I have almost personal access to. It's going to be great. It's going to be good. We're going to have a golden age. The issue is right now just waiting for this war to finish. Now, today is going to be a shorter session because I just graduated. I'm going to some farewell parties for some friends. So I sort of double booked myself for today. They might continue to play without me. If so, Epic Fail has said that he'll sub for me. They probably won't play without me, and I feel really bad about that. I really hate being the guy who holds back a session just because I'm recording. Mega Publix is supposed to be a fun group. It's supposed to be about everybody. And if someone else was missing, we'd probably, unless they were like super powerful, chances are pretty high that we'd still continue. So I kind of feel really guilty about it. But regardless, we have great things planned in the future here. So please stay tuned. Remember to be a hero to the Mega Republic by liking and subscribing. And as always, I will see you next time.